A short time ago, I spoke about the breakdown in peace process with political science professor Moshe Amirav. Amirav was an advisor to former Prime Minister Ehud Barak during the Camp David negotiations and was co-author of the so-called Amirav-Husseini Plan for Jerusalem, which became the model for subsequent talks in Oslo, Camp David, and Geneva. I asked Amirav for his take on Israeli negotiator Tzipi Livni's so-called private talk with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas last week in London.
I think they are trying to resume talks and to see especially the role of the Hamas, because I think that Abu Mazen himself doesn't know the role of the Hamas, what will be. I mean, it's a big question mark about their relationship. I can tell you that, in my opinion, it was a very important breakthrough in the negotiation by having the Hamas in. It reminds me 30 years ago how we talked about the P.L.O. We don't want them, they are not recognizing us, nobody speaks with the P.L.O. It was even allowed by the Knesset, not allowing me to talk with people from the P.L.O. Now it's a kind of a deja vu. I remember these things. And in the end of the day, the P.L.O. Accepted the existence of Israel. And in the end of the day, the Hamas will accept the existence of Israel.
But most of the democratic world, and certainly Israel, they consider Hamas to be a terrorist group. If Mahmoud Abbas and Fatah are heading towards a unity government with Hamas, isn't it clear that there can be no negotiations and the PA has to choose between Israel and the Hamas?
No, I don't think this is what we are talking about. We are talking about a breakthrough, a historic breakthrough in the negotiation. Because if we had peace with Abu Mazen himself, it's not peace. We have to have peace with the Hamas and with the P.L.O. and with the Palestinian new state. Without the Hamas, there is no peace.
Is it possible to reach peace, though, with Hamas and Fatah in a unity against Israel, per se?
I go back to history. We all Israelis asked, is it possible to have peace with the P.L.O.?
Professor Amirav, how would you suggest that Israel proceed at this point to try and restart the peace process?
In my opinion, I wrote a lot about it, and that's my opinion for many years. The framework, or the American framework for peace, is not working. I've been myself with Ehud Barak, meeting with the American President Clinton and Arafat. And my conclusion is that we can't have a Pax America in the Middle East. The Palestinians will always be suspicious about such a peace. What we need is the Arab world, the Arab League, the EU, and then the Americans. This is the framework of peace that will lead us to a kind of agreement with the P.L.O. and the Hamas, because the Hamas, in the end of the days, they will accept the existence of Israel and they will have peace with us. So we have to change the framework. I don't believe in Pax Americana. I don't believe that the Americans can bring us to peace.
So American is guilty, in your mind, for the current impasse we've reached in the peace negotiations? Would you say that?
No, I would say that nobody is to be blamed. I mean, we are looking always to find somebody to blame him. Nobody is, it's his fault. I mean, everybody tried. The Americans tried very hard, but this is not the right framework. We have to do it on another table. And the table, on this table, if we don't have the Arab League, there is no peace in the Middle East between us and the Palestinians.
Professor Moshe Amirav from the Hebrew University, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.